the company, the land liaisons didn't want backlash, kicked me out the group.
They kicked you out the group?
Kicked me out the group.
No, but weren't other people also having the same issue as
Exactly. You? The group that kicked me out had my indentures and they didn't tell me.
They had it.
I get a letter last week. You cannot register your land because someone else is registered on it.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today I have an amazing episode for you. Today I'm here with the beautiful Leslie and I'm going to be finding out all kinds of things about her. I want to know all about her Ghana drama. Oh, that sounds good. Ghana drama. Oh, yes, right. Yes. So I'm going to give you guys all the tea on all the land issues and her journey in Ghana. So stay tuned for this. But before we get into it,
yes,
I just want to acknowledge this beautiful place that we're in. Isn't it so nice?
The
Yes, this is
ABA Luxury.
There you go, luxury.
Yes.
ABA
so
Luxury.
Design and salon.
Yeah, they have some really nice pieces. And I had a little nose earlier and I was like, ooh, I could do with this and this and this.
Fancy.
Yeah. So before we get into it, maybe you can tell people a little bit about yourself and who you are and what you do.
Yes.
Why you in Ghana?
Wow, where do I start? A little bit about myself. I am Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
So I'm a Cali girl through and through. And I've always been entrepreneurial.
Okay.
I had one job. After that job, I said never again.
You only had one job?
My whole life. I was an educational recruiter, so I helped people enroll into college. And I loved the job. I loved helping people, but like management and micromanaging, and it was sales, to be honest. I said, I felt like it was a slow death. I said, this needs to end. So I tried to quit 3 times. And my boss wouldn't let me. It just always worked out to where, like, I realized, oh, Leslie, you don't have enough money to quit. Oh, okay. So let me stay. So I had a plan. I was like, once I get to this amount of money, I'll quit and just never go back. And so, but I ended up getting laid off. They laid off like 80% of the company. And I got a severance.
Oh, yeah.
Severance package. And then I was already ride sharing, right? Uber driving and Lyft driving.
Yeah.
So with that money, I was like, and unemployment too. I was like,
Unemployment too?
Unemployment too. And I said, oh, and I've never been back.
Really?
And that was 2016, my first and only job.
How long did you work for?
5.5 years. Yeah. From 21, like I was turning 22 to like about like 27.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I'm a little older now.
And we won't ask you.
Yeah. We're not gonna talk about that. And I just never went back, and I just continued to pursue entrepreneurial things. I auditioned for Shark Tank, so I had an invention. So I went to school for. Girl, that's a lot. I have a lot going on in my life. So I went to school for drafting design technology. So I was like, you know what? I want to design my own idea, my own product. So I learned how to use the software. I applied for my own patent application. You can get a book. It's called How to Patent It Yourself.
Okay.
Save $5,000 doing that, right?
Right.
And that was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I said, you know what? I'm going on Shark Tank, audition for Shark Tank. Didn't make it past the second round, but it was a great experience. So you can actually look it up.
I was just about to say, I need to go see this episode. I need to find it.
No, not the episode. I didn't make the TV.
Oh, okay.
I didn't make it past the producer.
Oh,
but you can look up the actual invention.
Oh, okay.
It's a long number. Yeah.
But
But so I did that. So I was always entrepreneurial. By the time I was 19, I had my Series 6, 63, and 65 to do investments. So I was helping people. I was an investment advisor representative. So I did that. That was a beautiful fail as well. Because, it was just, people and their finances and, people want help. But then when you, like, show them in front of their face, it's like, ooh, I have to change and get better. So it's like an uphill battle. And so now I understand why a lot of investment people, they cater to the rich. Right. They don't have to deal with that, But I was like, I'm going to save the world through finance, So I was like, oh, y'all don't want help. Okay. So I did that for about 5.5 years. And thank goodness I lived with my parents because I was commissioned.
Okay.
So I was able to, if I didn't close the deal, it wasn't like I was starving. But it got to the point where I was like, I want to be independent. So I ended up getting a job as an educational recruiter. And that's kind of how I started making money on my own, and then the layoff, and then I went into acting and modeling. So that was crazy. I didn't plan for that.
Really?
Yeah. So after
you didn't plan for that.
So let me tell you the story, girl. So after the layoff, that day, because I couldn't stand working there. I went home. I literally laid prostrate on the floor. I said, God, whatever you do, I'll do whatever you want. Just don't give me another job.
Yeah.
Months later, I ended up in London modeling. I ended up on my first thing on TV. Yeah, all within 2 months. It was crazy. It was crazy. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll let it flow.
Yeah.
Go on flow. That's what. And so as I was just doing that, but then like money wasn't, I couldn't live off it fully. So I was still Lyft driving at the time.
Right.
And then what transitioned me out? My uncle, he's in real estate. And he was like, Leslie, the certain company they usually, people that retire from like selling insurance and they have a book of business.
Right.
They're offering it to the public. So they would sell their business books within the company. But this particular company was selling it, whoever had the money, you can come and take over. So I had my insurance and my investment licenses.
Yeah.
He had the real estate and mortgage brokerage. So let's partner. And then we can just go from there. Because remember, I'm going to change the world through finance, right? So that opportunity came. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then that didn't go. That was another beautiful fail. And
failures are good because they build character.
Yes. So that didn't work. After that, what happened? Oh, I got an opportunity. Someone slid in through my DMs on LinkedIn and said, are you open to teaching in China, teaching English?
Yeah.
And I was looking at my situation. Nothing was going on. You know, debt was increasing. And they offered me a contract that I just could not pass up. So I said, I am. Got that email in March. In August, I was in China. 2019.
So you had to physically go to China?
I moved to China. I stopped my life for I'll plan it for a year. It was great because they provide housing, a free meal a day. I was literally sending $2,000 home a month and just living off of like $600. Yeah, they have good contracts out there, especially if you're young, straight out of college.
Yeah,
they kind of look for college graduates because they don't have to pay them as much. Since I was an adult and I had bills and stuff, I said, "This is what we're gonna do."
Yeah.
And I negotiate my contract higher. And so I was like, if I do this for a year, I'll become debt free and have some cushion when I come back, and I can continue to pursue acting and modeling. So that was the plan. But as you see, I moved there August 2019. Okay. Guess what happened? Yeah, let's drink that.
Cheers. Yeah.
August 2019. Guess what happened 6 months later? COVID. And I'm in China.
Oh, you're in China then.
I'm in China, 200 miles away from Wuhan. We get shut down. I'm thinking, am I ever going to see when am I going to see my family or no? Because I'm so used to, I grew up watching a lot of like British television, like the old school 1700s, to where they would have epidemics or pandemics and they would be locked out of their country for 4 years.
Yeah.
So that automatically went into my mind. I was just like having anxiety. It was like a mess. I was like, am I going to get back home?
Yeah.
You know? God is my witness. A flight was created for me to get out.
Really?
Yes, because I was looking at, so the school said, I was like, oh, you guys owe us January. Like, even though we got shut down in China January 26th, I'm like, you guys still owe us our monthly salary from January. Right. And like, oh, we're not going to pay you guys until we open up again. I said, when is that? Oh, we don't know. I said, that means I'm going home. That means I'm going home. But I want my money. Yeah. Right? So I was like, I'm going to go to the lawyer because this is wrong. They owe us a whole month's salary. I called their Bureau of Labor. No one spoke English. I called the U.S. Embassy. I said, this is the situation. They owe us money. Like, this is illegal. Like, what should we do? They're like, yes, it is illegal, but this is China. That was his exact words. This is China. I said, then what do you want me to do? I was like, we're telling everyone to go to their countries. I said, say no more. I looked at the ticket prices, $10,000 one way.
$10,000 what?
From China, $10,000 from China. One way flight.
US dollars?
Yes. For me to leave that February. I said, well, that's not happening. So I said, fine, I'll push it back to March 15th. $600. More doable. And then, but after I got off the phone with him, I said, oh no. I called Delta. I said, I want to get out as soon as I can. Yeah. Mind you, there's no flights.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, you're going to be out by tomorrow. I got a flight. And when I got on that flight, I asked my neighbor, I said, how'd you get this flight? Because this it wasn't there. Yeah. They're like, we're a makeup flight from trying to get from Taiwan back to the States 2 weeks ago. And that's how I got out of China.
Wow.
Yes. So I'm like, God created a flight just for me. That's how favored. I am. That's how, and no one can tell me any different. And that's how I got out to be back with my family. And then went through a second quarantine because it came to the States. So I thought I was getting away.
Right.
But think about it. If I kept my March 15th ticket, I would have got locked in China because March 15th was the day President Trump at the time shut it all down.
So you would have been really stuck.
I don't think I would have mentally made it. There's no way. Because I wouldn't have known, even though life got back to not normal, but they started teaching again in May of that year. But from January to May, not knowing what was going to, I don't think I could mentally.
And not having any money too?
That part. What China? Yeah. I mean, I appreciate China. Because that was probably one of the best experiences of my life. Because that's where Ghana came into play.
How? So tell me, how did you get from China to Ghana? How did that happen?
So I was treated so well in China. I didn't have to tap dance. I didn't have to sing. I just walked down the street, and I was like a glorious thing walking down the street. Because at that time, dark-skinned woman, Afro. Yeah. China is very homogeneous. So they didn't even allow foreigners into 1954, let alone black people, you know. Right. So I get there. I walked on the street. They're like, picture. I'm like, I'm not been treated like this in the States. Like, how?
Really? And but you liked that because some people would think this is an insult. Why are you pointing at me like I'm a strange thing? But
no, they would come up to me and say, "Can we take a picture?" There was a point to where I had a line of 10 people waiting. I'm not lying. I wish I got it on camera, waiting to take pictures with me.
Oh, you needed to be doing China content, right?
I should have. That wasn't even my mind. YouTube was not even a thing. Someone brought it up to me too, and I was like, nah. It just wasn't. I wish I did. Yeah. I wish I did, and I felt so appreciated there. Because mind you, I'm sending $2,000 home a month. They're paying for my living. Right. I'm getting respected just walking down the street. What am I doing? And what am I doing in America? Right. And so that's what triggered the thought, international business. And I said, I think I want to go to, because, China, they're pretty locked down. Like, it was pulling teeth just to get an account. So if you're a foreigner, it's very hard to start anything in China if you're not Chinese. Yeah. So I said, well, I'll go to, where am I from? Where do I descend from? And I didn't know, because we've been in America for over 400 years. Right. Like, I'm the first one to even come back to the motherland. In over 400 years. Yes, I'm the first one in my entire family, immediate family. That's huge. Yeah, big deal. So I had no clue. So I was like, AfricanAncestry.com, where am I from? Give me my DNA, Then I found, because I wanted to come back Ghanaian because of real estate. Because I reached out to only person I knew on the motherland was Debo Johnson. Okay. He's a writer-director. And so I did a short film for him. And so I reached out to him. I said, so what do you recommend for the entertainment industry and real estate? He's like, I can refer you to at that time, his girlfriend, now it's his wife, Zusi. I went to his wedding. I have a video on that in Nigeria. And she said, Ghana for real estate and Nigeria for the entertainment industry. And so I chose the real estate route. Right. And did my own research, confirmed. Akon, he was one like a big influence on my decision. He was like, if you go to Ghana, it's like, imagine building New York before it was New York. That's what Ghana is. I said, give me my ticket. So I remember I came back home February 13th, 2020. Ghana's borders opened September of 2020, and I was here in November 2020 looking for land. Yeah. And
you decided to just look for land.
This is where you call naivete, right? I take full responsibility, right? But I don't apologize for my ambition. No. And
you sound like me, because I believe in let's just try it. Let's see what happens.
Jump and see the land farm under us. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's what I did.
So after arriving in Ghana, you started immediately looking for land?
Right. So the first thing I did was go to, it was so upsetting, but that's probably why I forgot the name of the organization. It's specifically for African Americans. Yeah.
Is it NAPP something?
No.
I don't know.
Ooh, it'll come to me. Okay. African... I forgot, but they have they dedicated something to Chadwick. What's his name visited there. Chance the Rapper went there
Yeah.
to visit. I am so upset I forgot that name. I'll get it to you. And so I went there and I couldn't even get in. I had an appointment scheduled to visit because I wanted to know what steps I need to do because I'm not that dumb, you know. So I was like, let me go somewhere that's specifically geared for us to, you know, start the process.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get in the building. Wouldn't even let me in. Why? They're like, oh, to this day, I don't know.
Oh.
And so they're like, oh, just email us. So I emailed all my questions. Never got a return. So by that time, I wanted to go there first. Then I was visiting my next property literally after that meeting. So I just went to visit the property. So through YouTube, I found developers and everything. And I would just reach out to them directly. And whoever responded, I scheduled a time with them. And I just visited. And that's how my journey started.
But you didn't know like specific areas, so you didn't know like what was a good area.
Yes, so Mikasa, it's like an app.
Oh yeah.
And then I researched the GIPC, Ghana Investment Promotion Center.
Yeah,
and so I read their guide because that's specifically for investors, right?
Yeah.
So. It has a list of preferred land sellers, a list of preferred developers. Like, I just didn't come into this thing stupid, right? So I literally had steps, and you know, and I trusted government sponsored brochures. So I think at the time it was Aburi was hot.
Yeah.
Tima 25 was hot, and Obyi or OBYI. OEB.
Okay.
So in my research, they're saying those are the next three popping cities.
Okay. So I think that's fair. Yeah.
So I had an agent. I had a real estate agent.
Okay.
Right? And so I said, at that point, I was very only Black, only African. If it's not it, I'm not doing it. So I told her to put a list together of just Ghanaian developers. Yeah. And I just want to work with them. That list had one that was half British, half Ghanaian. I said, so you're telling me people making moves out here are not even the Ghanaian? And that's when I was like, oh, it's a different ball. That's when I was like, okay, it's not what I thought. So I just negated the list, and I was talking to some like a project manager. He's like, what you need to do is go for land.
Yeah.
I told my agent, oh, I want to look into land. Dropped me like a hot potato. She said, oh, too much litigation issues. Never heard from her again.
Really?
And so I was on my own. I said, okay. So I just started asking around, like, who do you know? I was referred to this on one group. They're called the Repat Assistance Initiative, which is not their name anymore. It's African Century Development. And so it was a husband and wife couple. They're from the States, right? But they were here for like 4 years at the time, and they just started getting everyone. They partnered up with this company. I don't know if I want to say their name, but yeah. So that company, they partnered with the state company, and we would just give them our money to pay them, and that's how it started. So we're a community. I think we got up to like 80 people within our group chat. But I think like 40 people bought. A fraction of us bought outright. Never do. Never buy outright. But like I said, naivete. I didn't know, so I bought outright because I'm excited. I'm like, return to the motherland, my brothers and sisters. Are you right?
Did you think the system here would work the same as it works in the States?
That was my problem. So I knew my numbers. I knew everything except I didn't research the culture.
Right.
That's where I went wrong.
Okay, so tell me what happened when you bought. Because you bought something outright.
Right. So I bought the land outright through the land liaisons. Thought everything was great. I bought March 2021. Yeah. The estate company kept on telling us, oh, you'll get your paperwork. By month 6. Because remember, I already did a little bit of research for lands prior to paying. Yeah. So I already know about the Lands Commission search, the surveying. I already know about that. But I let my guard down because I thought this couple knew what they were doing. That's where I went wrong. So I take full responsibility. Yeah. So I let my guard down, gave them the money. And I said, I should have a site plan. I should have something by now. Yeah. Month 6 rolls by, nothing. I said, something's wrong. Yeah. That's when I started making videos. So, yeah.
How much did you put down?
The land, it was like 6,000. So this is version
Okay.
land. No wire, no
6,000
nothing.
cities.
No, $6,000. So 6 plots.
Right.
So it's like it was like $900 per plot. So just rounding up to 6,000.
Yeah.
In Gomorrah Feta, Central Region.
Mm-hmm.
And so like everyone's buying the same land in the same community. You know, that whole process. Yeah. And that's how much I paid for it. And I'm just like, where's my paperwork? They're like, they haven't responded to us. They set up meetings with this estate company. They would even like not even show up to the meetings with the lawyers. Like the lawyers they wouldn't even show up. I said, I'm making videos.
Wow.
I'm going to document this process. So my first video regarding this company was January 2022. So I said, okay, I'll give you to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. I said, started making my videos.
Yeah.
Started making the videos. The company, the land liaisons didn't want backlash, kicked me out the group.
They kicked you out the group?
Kicked me out the group.
No, but weren't other people also having the same issue as you?
Exactly. But I'm the one that's crying loud.
Oh, you're supposed to cry in silence.
Well, my videos, that was my cry out.
Yeah.
But everyone else was crying in silence. And I said, I'm not crying in silence.
You like me, man.
It is time.
Yeah.
And I literally gave him a window. I said, January, if I don't have nothing, I'm going to start making videos.
Yeah.
Kick me out the group. So I've been on my own since January of 2022 regarding this land stuff. Yeah.
So since that time, has anything happened? Has there been any?
So much has happened.
I need to.
I don't even think we have time. Let's drink again.
Let's.
I don't even think we have time, Queen Dela, because I've been documenting on my YouTube page for this 4 years. 4 years now. So I'll condense this conversation, but if you want to know everything, you would have to just watch my channel. Your question.
Yeah. So like, have they given you a progress report? Has anything come in your name now?
So this is what happened. Started making videos. I'm going back and forth. So I don't live in Ghana. I'll come and stay like months at a time.
Right.
So at this time, I get lawyers. I have people like eyes and ears here for me. And they're like, oh, I found out through the community that I got kicked out of. Because some of them still reach out to me.
Right.
They're like, oh, did you get your indentures? I said, because some of them paid outright too. I said, I haven't got any notification about anything. So I had to get the lawyer to find out what's going on. I said, send me at least pictures of my indenture. They wouldn't even send me pictures, girl. They wouldn't even send me pictures, a PDF, nothing. So I was forced to fly to Ghana.
Why couldn't the lawyer get that?
They didn't release it. So remember, I'm told from someone from the community that our indentures are ready. I'm trying to get it through my lawyers, through friends.
Your lawyer should have had enough power to get that.
When I tell you, I mean, that's a whole different conversation.
Was this like a bargain basement lawyer?
So they wouldn't release it. I flew. I had to fly. They wouldn't. I don't know.
It's costing money.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. They wouldn't give me it. I said, okay, I'm going. Now I go to the office with my lawyer.
Yeah.
They release it. The second time I went. The first time I went, they weren't even there. The group that kicked me out had my indentures and they didn't tell me.
They had it.
So we're in the office. Girl, it's too much. We're in the office and my lawyer's like, where's her indentures? They're saying, oh, they're not here. Who has them? That group. She gets on the phone, calls them right then and there. He's like, oh, we'll bring it down tomorrow. That's why the next day we went.
Right.
They brought my indentures. I picked it up. My lawyer was like, she has 6 plots. There's only 4 on here. And I'm sitting there like, what is going on here? This is a joke. Like literally a circus. They're like, oh, we don't know. Slightly fast forward. We go to the actual land. And I say, where are the plots? So they send their surveyor or whatever title. He comes like, oh, they should be here. Come to find out, they drew a street through the 2 plots. Oh. So they're selling land before they're even doing their demarcation.
Oh, no.
So my plots There's a street there. That's why I only have 4.
Oh.
So I said, so how are we going to fix this? They're like, oh, we'll just move you up and give you these 2 plots. I said, do these 2 plots, are they owned already? They're like, it doesn't matter because you took possession. Because at this time, I'm already building my wall.
Oh.
Because I'm thinking my indentions, that's it.
Yeah.
Start building. Find out that, the 2 plots, they pushed me up, so I started. So they stopped us. So we started building. They're like, "Oh, you don't have all the paperwork you need to start building, building permit, or something like that." Mm-hmm. So I was like, "Okay." So they stopped us from building. Thank goodness, because if we would have continued building, it would have been right. We had to break it down.
Yeah.
So they stopped right before. So I had 4 2x2 wall built.
Right.
We found out where the other 2 plots were, and they continued to build. So now I secured my 6 plots. Right?
Yeah.
They're like, so come to the office and we'll give you updated paperwork. That's when I got physically assaulted.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was a whole thing by one of the representatives. And I was like,
wow.
I don't even know. I was so hurt. Like, to this day, I'm just like, what is this? What is this? So,
was this like an established company?
Oh yeah, they're in the GIPC brochure. And that's a girl. We're just getting started. Just let you know, we're just getting started. So yeah, this company was the GIPC. That's why I felt comfortable continuing doing business. Because government sponsored.
So do you feel that this happened because you paid all the money up front? Had you paid just some, do you think you would have had the same?
Oh yeah, issues? Because let's just say 2 years later, I get a call from someone else in the community.
Yeah,
we just found out that our dentures are no good. I've been saying that your dentures weren't good for 2 years on my channel. Because remember, when they kicked me out, I started doing everything I should have done from the beginning. Right. I got a surveyor, private surveyor.
Right.
Did a survey. The results came back. This company's name was nowhere on that land commission search. They were selling land that they do not own. And they sold it to. So 2 years later, now I'm getting called, literally, a couple months ago this year, I'm getting calls. Oh, we just found out our dentures aren't good. I've been talking about that for the last 2 years on my page, on my channel.
Ooh.
So found out that they don't even own it.
So now what?
So now I did a video. This is how I started getting results. I did the physical assault video and went crazy.
Yeah.
What Amaya reposted it within 24 hours. I had a diplomat reach out to me within 24 hours. All of a sudden, I'm having meetings with the Diaspora Affairs Office of the President. I'm in the Jubilee House now.
She worked her way up.
But I call my community Small But Mighty Crew. I thank them because they shared my videos. Because they just really supported me. That's how I got to the Jubilee House. Because I was like, I need you guys' help. Please repost, please share. Yeah. And it just went crazy. And that's how I got the response that I did. So that's how I started getting results, because I started exposing and asking for help.
Yeah.
And so that's how I ended up in the Jubilee House. And then I told them about this company. Guess what happened? They got removed from the brochure.
Okay.
At that very moment, the Diaspora Office of the President got on the phone and said, because I showed them all the proof.
Yeah.
They're like, why? This is the opposite of what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you guys to come here.
Yeah.
Got on the phone, said, who's this company? Why? A couple months later, I got a new brochure. They're not even in there anymore. And I said, can you add GREPA? Ghanaian Real Estate Professional Association. We have, because I'm an agent. I'm a real estate agent in the States. I said there's a bilateral agreement already. With GREPA and NAR, National Association of Realtors in the U.S. They should.
Yeah, right.
You know, the Black Americans, African Americans, we are the biggest gross, the most economically powerful African of all the Africans.
Right.
How is that not in the brochure? Guess what they put in the brochure?
Put it in.
GREPA's in there.
Wow.
Yes. So at the end of that meeting, they said, what you need to do now is put a petition together. Petition together, got community to sign it, made a clarion call, did a live stream. That petition, the Foreign Affairs Ministry picked it up and sent it to, you ready for this? EOCO.
Wow.
Economic Organized Crime Office.
Wow.
Okay. They called me and they said, we're taking your case because this is a very big deal.
Yes.
If this land was between you and a family, you would just go to the courts. But this is an estate company.
Yeah.
This is organized crime. So we're going to take on your case and we're going to be with you every step of the way. October 2023, I get the indentures to the people that own the land. Now, the people, the name Lens Gold, this is the company that's on this land search. I get indentures for them after Iyoko made a call.
Yeah. So you like got your land.
Let me continue. Okay. There's more to it. And this is new. This is exclusive. I haven't even shared this.
This video's gonna go quickly.
Yeah. So, because I did an interview with Authentic African a couple of weeks ago, and he got the latest. Right. But now things have transpired since then, and you're getting. This is new, guys. You're the first. So, Yoko reached out to me. We're gonna stay with you every step of the way. I said, great. Got my indentures from Lens Gold, and I get my indentures. I send it to a lands commission's rep in Central Region. I said, can I register this? Everything's good? Yes, everything's good. Last week, man, I gave it to him in March of this year. So we're in July now.
Yeah.
I get a letter last week. You cannot register your land because someone else is registered on it.
What?
So now I've been giving another fraud indenture. Another what?
What?
This is new. This I haven't said this yet. So this is why I'm behind is out here right now in Ghana.
This is why you're here.
I'm here because I told the guy, the lands commission rep, I said, when can I get my indentures? Yeah. Oh, by the time we get out here in July. Right? Because Iyoko is like, we need you to come out here. We want to meet you.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we want you to get this letter from Lens Gold. So when people, when leadership transition, people start dying, they're not going to come after you for money. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to make this flight, right? Schedule it for July. He said, oh, you should have everything done by July. I've learned Ghana takes time.
Yeah.
I've calmed down and I've learned the culture over the years. So I said, I'm not even going to say anything to him until I get here. I get that letter saying I can't register. I said, mind you, I did a survey. An actual, verifiable, through a licensed surveyor.
Yeah.
That name that popped up on the new one?
Yeah.
Nowhere on mine.
How?
This is why it's getting juicy. The latest, the letter they sent me saying I can't register because this person, Labri, Labri, he registered back in 2014. I'm like, my survey was in 2021.
Right.
But he registered in 2014. It's no longer making sense. So Iyoko said, meet with us. I meet with them tomorrow, and we're going to talk about the next steps. Because at this point, it's so bad.
This is terrible.
Either the lands commission is about to get cut, right? We already have proof about both companies now.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I have done all I can. What are you going to do, Iyoko? And we're finding out tomorrow. Literally tomorrow.
Wow. Yeah. So has that put you off?
Oh, I'm done. I am going to follow through until I get my land certificate. Hopefully, I'm gonna go as far as I can.
Yeah.
And I'm believing that I'm going to get the correct paperwork. But my third trip here, I realized I was like, I don't want to do business here.
Really?
And land. Yeah. I had a whole development project because I went to school for drafting design. I designed my 3-phase.
Wow. What were you trying to build on the?
It was going to be townhomes. A 3-phase townhome project. I wanted to contribute legacy for my family and money,
Yeah.
And everything said, I had an architectural firm. I have my renderings. I have my architectural drawings. Everything's literally done. I was just waiting to get, because I was like, I'm not going to bring investors until I get at least the paperwork. So everything I have done has been my money. Right? And so, because I don't want to risk my reputation. I don't want to do any of that until I have everything on point. I still have nothing. I don't have my land certificate. Don't have a deed. Nothing. And it's been over 3 years. Yeah.
Do you think that your money's gone?
Not yet, but my time. I can't get my time back.
Yeah.
So I'm not totally out yet. There's still a chance. But time, if I took the money I bought for both lands and put it in a high yield savings account, I would have been better off. I would have been better off for my money just to sit in a savings account, right? So money-wise, it's not done. It's not, but I've lost over time because I could have done other things with that money. But time I cannot get back.
So if you were to do this again, what would you change? What would you do differently?
I would do the due diligence process thoroughly. So I have capitalized on this with ebooks, right?
Yeah.
And so through this process, learning from lawyers, I learned what the due diligence process is. So there's steps to it.
Yeah.
So I only did the first 2 steps, right? But there's multiple steps I need to do before even getting my money. So now I know that. So if I were to do it again, check this out. In my book, the steps, if I were to use that book now, I wouldn't have bought neither lands because they wouldn't have made it through the due diligence process. Wow. Wow. So I'm just like, well, the book is for other people now. So they don't have to go through what I went through.
That's what books are for.
And that's why I put it together, because people are still reaching out to me, because my second land was beachfront, and I made a referral agreement with the developer. So I have people like still reaching out to me to this day to like, oh, help us with land. And I was like, I don't do it anymore because I don't want to be affiliated anymore. But I was like, Leslie, you know too much. You have too many connections now to leave these people high and dry. And that's where the book came in. And I said, book $35, you can save years and tens of thousands of dollars by just spending $35 and getting that book and just save. Like, that's why I have no shame in talking about it and promoting it, because I'm just like, do you want to go through what I went through? Or just pay $35? Yes.
Very stressful.
Mentally, I ended up, going to, we talked about a little of this earlier. I ended up going to therapy, like mentally and emotionally, physically started affecting my body. Like, I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Would you, if you were to go back, would you do the same thing again, but in a different country? Would you try it again? Or are you worried about lands now?
This is such a good question. Through this process, I've learned who I am, like a self-discovery. So starting this process, I was a devout Christian, right? A lot of my decisions were based on Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So now, in retrospect, I look back now. Now I do not practice Christianity. The European Christianity, let me be clear with that. And now that I look back at that scripture, I'm like, I don't have kids.
Still following me? I'm sure.
Basically. No, seriously. Like, that's the time we're in right now. The time we're in is mental health and living from our spirits.
Wellness.
So that's the plan. I want to do a doc film. So I'm gonna use the land to as collateral to fund my documentary. Right. So if it doesn't do well, whoever funded me, they can just take the land. And because I'm done, I just want to finish the process, get everything, the paperwork right. So I have land to offer as collateral. And if it does well, and I don't have to give up my land, then I'm gonna sell it.
So you wouldn't do land again here in Ghana?
No. I want to do land, period. Because that's not even, remember, leave a heritage for your children's children. That was my whole foundation of what I did. Now I'm literally discovering myself and what I want. Not based on religion or, ideologies, theologies. And even the way I look at money is different. Like, grinding for money is not even part of me anymore. Now I'm at that part of attracting. So of course I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna write my ebooks, write the documentary. I still got to Uber drive. I still got to still need money. Right. But my core beliefs have changed. So I don't even see real estate the same.
Really? So you wouldn't do real estate at all anymore?
I don't see it as part of my. Now what I'll do is help people with like my books. And then if they want to still consult. I don't want to consult, but I will because I care. I already bought a book. But I'll still do connect. Like, I have connections here now. I have connections in Dominican Republic with construction and architects. So the vein that I see that's naturally like forming is me being a connector with real estate for other people. So the relationships I build, like for example, my cousin built a villa in the Dominican Republic. I have an affiliate agreement with the architect and his construction company. So I had someone from the Small Babandi crew say, can you connect me with the architect? Because I want to build in the DR. I said, yeah. Make that agreement. Boom.
Yeah.
Right? Some here, I need a lawyer in Ghana because I want to start the due diligence process. Yeah. Boom. I already have a lawyer for you. So I do charge a fee.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing now. Right. So me, instead of being the developer, I'm just the connector now. And so every country that I go to, like Zanzibar is in the works. I haven't talked about Zanzibar yet, but Zanzibar is in the works, so I'll have connections there too. Colombia, I just came back from Colombia last month, so that was a real estate trip too. So, and this is like unintentional.
Wow.
Unintentional. So I said, okay, I'll flow.
Yeah.
Because that's what's naturally progressing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. So would you come back to Ghana again?
I'll definitely visit. I'll definitely visit.
Yeah. Would you stay for like a period of time?
On someone else's dime.
Oh!
If someone else wants me to come out here, you can pay for my flight and my Ubers and my food, and I'll be out here. Yeah, because honestly, the Ghanaian people have uplifted me and supported. Start crying. The Ghanaian people have uplifted me and supported me so much during this process that there's no way I'll ever just bash Ghana, because it's not Ghana.
Yeah,
it's just unfortunate companies that I've just encountered, you know. And not everyone's going through this. A lot of people are going through it, but not everybody. You know, so I'll never bash Ghana, the country.
Yeah,
but there is some regulations and laws and consequences that need to be put in place.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have to remember that Ghana is a spiritual experience, and I think when you come here, you're going to go through something, and I think that's what you went through. Even though it wasn't a nice process to go through, you almost had to go through it to grow. And everybody has their thing, whatever that experience is going to be. They have to grow through that in order to grow, and that was yours. I've had mine, you've had yours.
Yeah.
And it was for a purpose. So don't forget that.
Right. That was so politically correct. How you said that? Honestly, that was beautiful, because that's exactly what I decided to believe, you know? Because it was funny, because people, I went to Ghana the second I got off the plane. It was like spiritual. Oh my God. Like, the second I got off the plane, I was like, what the hell? But I still had my, just like they had their spiritual journey, just like you did, I still had mine. And mine wasn't a cakewalk. I had to do a different path, but we still got to the same result.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
So, that was beautiful the way you said that. Yes, come on, subscribe. Subscribe.
Why not?
Right?
Hey,
be a member. You have membership?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I know. Well,
Patreon.
I do have Patreon actually.
Patreon. Yeah, support her.
Yes. You can buy my book,
Buy all her products. Look what she's doing. Like, she has me here. Yes, talking and sharing and and I really do. YouTubers too, like, you guys have helped me so much. Like, there's no I'm pretty sure after this video is gonna help a lot of people. Well, it's Authentic African, Jay Cameron, Tim Swain. They all, interviewed me on their channel just to get my story out and just to help,
that's what the story's for. It's to help others, right?
So YouTube creators, new content creators, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, because I wouldn't be where I am without you, without the community, without the Ghanaians. Like, so much. So much.
That's so nice. I love that. So what's next for you?
That documentary. So after I leave this trip, I'll be 100% writing my script. And once I write the script, that's when I'll do like a sizzle reel, we call it. That I'm pretty sure I can fund that myself. It's kind of like a teaser. So I'll do that, and then so at least I'll have not only a script but a teaser, and I can start pitching and looking for investors to fund, and then actually start filming. That's the next step. And after that, I don't know. I can't see it.
We'll see what happens. That's it. Can't have everything planned and figured out, And
it's funny, because this is the first time I've never seen it. So that's how I know it's going to be big. Because usually I can, 1 year plan, 5 year, 3 year plan, 5, 10. This is the first time that I don't even see.
No, but it's beautiful. You
don't need to see it. About it. I'm not stressing.
You don't need to see it. Just take the chance. Just go with it,
Yes.
I love it. So where can people find you?
You have a channel. Yes, I have a channel. I am Leslie Jones. If you want to follow my Ghana journey, Because even though, I don't live in Ghana, I still document it. So if you want real time, you can follow me there, subscribe there. But my website, www.vision-reality.com. Join my newsletter, because stuff I don't put on YouTube, it's like everyone knows. Like everyone knew I was in Colombia. Right. If you're in my newsletter, everyone knows that I was in Tanzania. Right. Everyone knows that, if you want to be like in it like that, join my newsletter. And I am Leslie Jones YouTube or vision-reality.com to stay connected.
Oh, awesome. Yep. Oh, I'm so happy I got to interview you today. Like, you're so lovely. Like, I don't know why we didn't meet before.
I don't know.
I walked in this morning and I saw her, and then we just connected. Yes. And it's been like sparks everywhere,
because it was meant. This is the perfect time. Because you got exclusive information, and just I think where you're at in your life too is just a natural, just soul connection.
Definitely.
Come on, more with Dela. Come on. But yes, this was great. I mean, to vent, to talk, this is therapeutic too.
Yeah, absolutely.
YouTube has been very therapeutic for me. Yeah, so I don't take moments like this lightly. I don't take your channel lightly. I don't take you lightly, and your hair. I don't take it lightly.
Thank you.
It's like, so thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you too. Well, there you have it, guys. You've seen all the love.
Yes.
It's been great. I'm sure you have learned loads from this video. And obviously, if you want to know more, please head over to Leslie's channel, check her out, subscribe. She's going to share so much. And obviously, she's going to keep the story going over there as well. So if you want to know what's going to happen next, find out. Because I want to know what's going to happen in her meetings. I'm like, should I go with her? I don't know. Let's see. But if you want to know more, head over, subscribe, and stay up to date. And that's it. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment, and share this video. Until next time, we are out.
Deuces.